Joe,
Hey, bro.
did we forget to introduce ourselves?
We did.
We just recorded the entire first episode of the show and didn't even introduce ourselves. I mean, that's not how we were raised. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The guy opposite me is Joe.
I'm Joe. And
You
the
are
guy
indeed.
opposite me,
Yes,
but not actually,
but kind of.
because
Pandemic.
It's Dan.
Yes, hello, it's me from Let's Talk About Some Shit, a channel you don't even know about, but hopefully you will after this.
Yeah, bro.
Alright, should we talk some shit?
Let's talk some shit.
Let's do it. Alright, you ready to talk about some shit?
Yes! Yes!
Alright, hi, welcome to this thing that we're doing. So, this is Talkin Shit. This is a podcast where we talk some shit. Mostly about films, but the name's vague because we're sporadic and just want to talk about whatever. I think that covers it, doesn't it? Just
riffing is the prime.
riffing indeed. I have a guitar behind me and I'm ready to riff. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about 3 Netflix films that have all kind of come out around the same time as each other. We're going to talk about Enola Holmes, which is a film. We're going to talk about Project Power, which is another film. And we're going to talk about The Trial of the Chicago 7, which, believe it or not, is also a film.
It's a film.
I was a bit unsure while watching it, but it is actually a film. I checked, I googled it.
To be fair, I think Chicago 7 is the best one, but
Oh, it's definitely the best one. I kind of left that one till last because I feel like we'll have the least fun things to say about it, other than that it's great. So I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about, and I guess, yeah, we will jump right into Enola Holmes, which is. Hang on, oh shit, I'm not organised. Let me pull up my notes.
Enola Holmes.
I do actually
as Henry
have
Cavill
notes.
says.
Yeah, do your Henry Cavill impression. I love it.
Something about bums.
Oh, we'll get to it.
I can't actually remember the quote now, but you know.
Oh, believe me, I remember. I went back and checked. So yeah, this is Enola Holmes. It's directed by Harry Bradbeer, and it's written by Nancy Springer. And if you don't know who either of those names are, I don't fucking blame you, because I had no fucking clue.
Thank you for not blaming me.
Well, I'd never do that. I'd never do that to you. I legitimately have tabs open because I just Googled this before we started recording. That's how organised I am. So Harry Bradbeer has directed nothing of any significance. He's got like 2 films in 2002 that I don't fucking know, and another one in 2003. But what he has done, he's directed a lot of really good episodes of Fleabag. Have you seen Fleabag?
Skinny tall woman.
That is the skinny tall woman who is Droid, who is SJW in Solo.
Yeah, she looks like she smells like a Fleabag, to be honest. But isn't it like very British?
It's very British. In the fact that it's sad.
This is a British thing.
It's a British thing.
It's sad, dark,
Everybody
and unwelcoming.
Everybody on the set, actually, it was a rule that they had to be sad for the whole time that they were filming. That was just the general rule. But yeah, so yeah, Brad Beer, that kind of explains why it's a bit sassy. It's a little bit sassy. But also it's written by Nancy Springer, who this is her first ever screenplay. She's actually only wrote like a bunch of weird young adult novels until this point, which, you
Nancy.
know.
Big Nancy.
Yeah. Big Nancy.
I'm trying to find Nancy Springer.
What, like just in a crowd?
Yeah, I'm looking at.
There's nobody outside. There's a fucking pandemic.
Hold on, she's 72. Blimey.
Yeah. She wrote a ton of books and then went, fuck it, I'll write a film.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So yeah, and it's starring Henry Cavill, Millie Bobby Brown, and other people who I can't be asked to look up again. The guy who plays Mycroft has been in things.
Sam Claflin.
Is that his name?
Oh yeah, and there's Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh yeah, she plays she plays a mom, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Jesus,
from Harry Potter acclaim.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I legitimately forgot.
Yeah, so.
Oh my god.
To be fair, I say Harry Potter acclaim, but she's been in so much more stuff.
Yeah, she's been in
which
literally
is so
like everything
ignorant.
She played the bloody innkeeper's wife in Les Mis. Have you seen that?
Singing.
Yeah, she's like master of the ass.
was it Robert something Crowe? What's his name?
Robert Crowe.
In Les Mis.
You mean Russell Crowe?
Yeah, starts with an R.
I mean, you're close. Yeah, it was just before he hit his fat stage.
And he had that like a famous scene where did he actually sing well, or was it just trash?
Right, I'm not even kidding. I was watching something to do with Les Mis, and I legitimately was trying to tell my sister. I was like, he's not bad. He's just Russell Crowe, and it's weird. like he's never out of tune. I mean, obviously it's auto-tuned and fixed in post, but it just feels weird. Just go listen to just one of his songs. It's really it's very strange. But yeah, anyway, we're getting off topic.
Sidetracked.
What did you think of Enola Holmes then? What did you think?
The character.
I meant the film, but you know, if you really want to talk about your love for her, go on.
Oh, that's a bit dodgy. That's a bit of dodgy ground. Seeing that she's 15 or 16.
She's of age.
To be fair, when I think of the film, I just think of like Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, I mean, she is the main character. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but well, I've said this already, but it's her presence on screen, and to be fair, I think she carries it.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Obviously, she's in every scene of the movie. She is the title of the movie, but yeah, I don't know. She's good. She's good.
Honestly, I was really like. I mean, as if I was going to be surprised. You know, she's incredible in Stranger Things, and just but like she was just ridiculously charming and fun, and she never felt like. I always felt like that she never felt too overplayed. Like, she never felt like, this is strong female character who is strong because feminism. Like, it just felt like she just played it off like, yeah, like, it was believable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with, like, she's still considered a child actor.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
So, and, I don't know.
If you look young, you'll consider, like, Tom Holland, he's
little
like,
baby boy.
Yeah, he's still considered like a teenager, even though he's like 20s now.
And he's playing Nathan Drake.
Don't get me started. It doesn't work. But yeah, no, I thought she was great, and I think Henry Cavill as Sherlock, despite the fact that he's like the size of a fucking tank, he's still he's great.
You can see his muscles rippling underneath his
suit.
not even just through his shirt, through 3 layers of clothing. You can see his huge muscles.
Like, I remember because we watched this together, and I remember telling you, I was like, they are putting him in really baggy shirts to try and cover up the fact that he's huge. Yeah. I'm like, but he's so huge that you can still see an outline through the baggy shirts. But it was never distracting. Like, it was just, you know, it's a dumb fun film. So, like, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. What are we trying to do? Put a man down for having huge arms?
Yeah. How dare you be big, Henry?
We can't do that. How dare you be fit?
How dare you be so
sexy
strong and good looking?
and a good male role model for everyone.
But yeah, so
Hopefully
yeah,
he
I
hasn't
think
done any dodgy things.
Yeah, no, never. I mean, you know, there's always tomorrow to come, but never. He's a gamer, of course he's cool. But yeah, no. So I knew we were kind of on the same page that, you know, this film isn't gonna win awards, or there's nothing incredibly special about it, but it's better than average. Like, it's good, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the fourth wall breaking stuff was that really worked for me. Like, it can come off as really cheesy sometimes.
Yeah,
but,
I spoke to someone about it, and they didn't like the fourth wall stuff.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna have a script that has quite a lot of exposition, I feel like it's one of the best ways to do it. Like, especially, I mean, don't get me wrong, if it wasn't Millie Bobby Brown, it'd probably be bad. But I mean, she just hits that perfect line of, like, it's exposition, but she's being charming, and she puts her own personality in it. I feel like it really works pretty well.
Yeah, like I think the person that I talked to is they thought it was jarring, but
really,
I didn't think so, because it was introduced from the very start. Like,
yeah, that's the opening line is
the very start of the film. So it was just kind of a thing that you were introduced to, and it was is just part of the film the whole way through.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I am sorry, I should have pointed this out up top. We're just gonna talk spoilers for all of these because they're on Netflix.
Uh-oh.
If you want to see them, you'd see them. We put them in the title. Don't add us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna talk spoilers. So yeah, there is a line in this film that I wrote down in my notes, and I think you know what it is. There is a scene where Henry Cavill is trying to reconnect with his sister Enola, and they're sitting at this tree, and he's trying to, because they haven't seen each other for years.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and he's trying to say, oh, this is how you used to act, all sweet and whatever. And the first thing is about how she used to carry around a little fake pet mouse with her everywhere, and you're like, oh, cute. Yeah. And then he's like, you refuse to wear any clothes and your bare naked bum would be walking and around the house. And me and you were both like,
Yeah, you know how I said, has Henry Cavill done anything wrong? we need to ask someone whether
that was in the script.
Yeah, or he wanted that added in for his personal enjoyment.
The weird thing is that he has a weird and creepy smirk on his face when he says it, but I know that's just because his natural look is he's like a smiley guy, but it comes off as creepy.
He's
and
he
the fact that she doesn't
stare for too
long,
and
but she doesn't react in a shocked or horrified comedic way. She just kind of sits back and it's like, oh no.
I guess.
But
unless
no, sorry, what were you gonna say?
So unless back in the old days, it was commonplace to walk around bare naked with your bum.
And years later, compliment your sister on it.
Yeah, I think that was probably a standard social practice back in those days.
Oh man, so the male guy, I don't even remember his name, but the Timothy Chalamet looking dude. What did you think?
Tewksbury.
Was that his name?
Lord
Tewksbury, that was it, yeah.
Yes.
What did you think? Because that role can definitely be a bit hard to get right. In it's kind of a young adult film, I'd say. And it's very easy to write in, the love when you're switching the traditional roles of the man is kind of the lead and the woman comes along and they bicker but then they fall in love. When you switch that around, it's even harder to get right, I think, because a lot of the time it's always just this weird flirting thing where the guy's way too forward what did you think?
I don't really care for him, to be honest. I don't know. I didn't like any of the relationships stuff.
It was too fast, wasn't it?
It
was way too fast.
It's like a 2-hour film, but
2 hours and 1 minute.
I don't know if I want to say they're trying to juggle too many things, and that's why you can't.
That's why you think it moved too really fast.
But how? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
how important was it really?
Well, the thing is that it's important for the end of the film, that death fake out that we will talk about. It's important that you care about him, and I cared about him as a character, I think, but I didn't really buy the relationship, and it wasn't so much as every time it was on screen I was like, that's bullshit. I feel like it was serviceable, it worked. But I feel like they skipped to the admiring each other too much. There's a really fun scene on the train where they're trying to escape the assassin character, and they're that's the start of the bickering back and forth. But then 2 scenes later, they're around a campfire and just connecting on every single level, and you're like, this is a bit convenient.
Yeah, it's like a sudden change.
Yeah.
Love heart eyes emoji.
Yeah, and then he disappears for 40 minutes maybe.
Yeah, which is I don't know how many days in the film. But...
not too long in the film, but 40 minutes is a lot of screen time. I'm probably exaggerating, but it felt like quite a long time.
Yeah, I remember during it I think there was a thought in both of our minds where we were like, is he just gonna is that just it?
Yeah, we thought
is he just gonna go?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, God. But yeah, no, his and then there's the iconic hair cutting scene where they're we have to disguise you as like a peasant boy, Lord, and they give him like this like sexy haircut and like, and you're like, that's not what a peasant would have looked like.
The trim was needed. Though.
It was needed.
It was appreciated.
It was needed.
No fade, but you know.
What did you think of the action that was in this?
Action.
A lot of jujitsu.
Oh yeah.
And punching trees.
I'm just remembering different parts now.
Yeah. Remember, she's trying to get the corkscrew, and then at the end of the film, she finally lands this corkscrew move.
The corkscrew move.
It's okay. Like, it's not shot bad. It definitely could have been worse, but it's serviceable. Like,
yeah.
I feel like the most you're gonna get out of it, if you go into this film and you just want to get out a fun, enjoyable time where you can kind of switch your brain off and just have a good time. I mean, you'll love it. Like, it's really good for that purpose.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about that scene where she gets held under the water.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one I can think of.
I liked the wink. That was again extra sass.
I mean, the action mainly came from Bowler Hat Man.
Yeah, assassin boy.
Who menacingly wore the bowler hat, may I add.
Yeah, I've never been more scared of a bowler hat in my life. Mainly because I've never seen one worn in public.
Yeah, obviously it's hard to believe that a 15, 16-year-old girl can overpower this scary bowler hat man, despite all the epic training montages.
Yeah, that take place during the action sequences as well. Like they're interspersed, which it can get a bit distracting, but for the most part, it's okay.
But it is a, as you said, a young adult.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the focus isn't on that. It's kind of an addition. Yeah. So let's talk about the end, because I have some things to say about the ending. I didn't really care about the twist about the grandma being the one that wanted him dead the whole time.
Yeah.
Because remember, they thought it was the uncle, but then they were like, no, it's the grandma! Because you're going to let women vote.
If you think about it, the end was really long.
Yeah.
Because it kind of... The part where he got shot, and everyone's like, oh my god, is he dead? Like that happens I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes, half an hour before
there's
the
still
credits actually roll.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of like you know, because then there's a weird like Sherlock and Mycroft trying to track her down at that weird like square place where there's, you know, like all the musicians and stuff, and she's disguised as one, and then we meet the mom, which is like, it was like what the whole film was about at the start, but we meet the mom and I barely remember. She's just there and says, yeah, sorry about leaving, I'm gonna leave again. She's like, cool. And then that's the end of it.
Yeah. Wasn't it maybe trying to set up for like a number 2, possibly?
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, yeah.
I don't see them being able to do that, because getting the rights to a Sherlock Holmes film is it's a nightmare. So I don't see.
But there's so many, isn't there?
There's not
loads?
Yeah, but most of them, if you look, are like from like, you know, the like 80s and even earlier than that. Because like nowadays it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, that assassin's fucking blind, isn't he? He can't see shit. They're like hiding in this hallway. I use hiding very loosely, and they're just like. They're against the wall, and he's coming down the hallway. He can clearly see them, and he just keeps missing.
Yeah.
And then we have the moment where the what's his name again? Lord
Tewkesbury.
Mr. Tewkesbury. We have the bit where he sneaks that knight like chest armor plating under his clothes somehow, so he survives getting shot by the grandma.
Yeah.
Again. Brenda. In a film in like a deeper film, that would piss me off. But again, it's a fun, you know what I mean? It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Overall, good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't say great, but it's good. It's really fun. I did mention this to you the other day. I said I was going to hit you with some fun rating systems that we were going to use on this podcast.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Oh, not
But
fun.
I'm sorry, yes, but
Or is it going to be fun?
Oh, it might be fun. So I was thinking, what might just be better is just because nobody fucking cares about 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. No, no one cares. We ain't boring here at Talking Shit. We ain't fucking boring.
Why don't we write on scorecards and hold them up?
And hold them up for the non-existent camera.
Yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, I would say, the best way to describe it would be not shit and not great, but enjoyable.
Not shit is also good.
Not shit is also good.
Positive.
It's positive. How about you? What are you?
Well done, Harry Bradbeer and Nancy Springer.
Well done, guys. You made a bit of a banger. Please don't make another one. I don't think you'll be able to, do the same thing.
Pull off this masterpiece.
This fucking masterpiece. So yeah, I guess now we talk about the film that we probably have a lot more problems with. Project Power. Now this is what I was telling Joe before this, that I had a few facts to drop on him about the directors and the writers that I think would kind of upset him a little bit. So the directors are a Mr. Henry Joost. And yes, I'm not making that up. Henry Joost.
He's juiced out of his head or something.
He's juiced, he's just okay.
Okay.
And Ariel Schulman. Who is the brother of that Neve guy from Catfish?
Oh,
I believe. I think I'm getting that right. If I get that wrong, no one cares. We have about 12 listeners. So, so they made in 2010. They made Catfish, which is the documentary before the series, and it's really fucking good. Everything after that they've made is kind of shit. They made Paranormal Activity 3 and 4. Which I haven't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen them.
Oh, I haven't either.
Yeah, so, but I doubt they're good.
Probably not.
I doubt they're good. And a film I have seen is Nerve. Have you seen Nerve?
No.
Oh my god, it's trash. It's like people have to do like dares, and if they don't do the dares, they like they try and like get to the police or something. Then there's a big underground gang of like hackers that will track them down and kill. It's shit.
So these atrocities that they've done are just purely in the media, in like films and TV. It's not any.
I mean, they're not horrible people. I imagine they're nice people behind the scenes. I don't know. I just meant their filmography isn't great.
I was expecting some allegations.
No, that's not what I want to get into.
Disappointed.
Sorry, man. But yeah, and then it's written by this guy called Mattson Tomlin, who there's like no real. I think this is not his first, but it's like his first big budget screenplay, and he is one of the main writers for the new Batman starring Robert Pattinson.
Robert.
Which kind of makes me worried about the film. It's gonna be fine. There's two other writers. It'll be fine. So yeah, Project Power. It's a film about a drug that gives you superpowers. No, not Compound V. No, that's not where they stuck. No,
or probably several. Well, definitely several other drugs in many other films.
Yes, but I mean specifically because in the comics for the boys, it is a pill. Like Compound V can be taken as a pill that gives you powers for a little bit. So yeah, it's a. But yeah, Jamie Foxx is this guy who is a shrimp. And he's trying to track down the people who like stole his daughter and are using her to make this drug that gives people superpowers.
He's not actually a shrimp, and his daughter is also not a shrimp.
They are not actually shrimps.
We'll probably get to that.
We will definitely get to that.
Probably.
Definitely. So yeah, what did you think about this?
I feel like you're more negative towards it than me.
Definitely.
It's kind of just one of those superpower films that it changes your life. It's a drug. Oh my god. I like it's nothing great, and it probably what probably enhanced the viewing experience was watching it with other people.
Yes, well, obviously. I mean, we watched it together and with another friend, and
yeah,
I don't get me wrong. Yeah, who you may see on here at some point. We'll probably lock him up and force him to do this with us.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was. Don't get me wrong. I had fun watching it, but the film itself, as a student of film, if you will, I just can't. I can't like just sit back and go. It's unlike Enola Holmes, which is like, you know, nothing special but also just kind of fun. This is like nothing special, full stop. it's just like, I didn't even find it that fun. It's a bit like, if I was not watching this with you guys, I definitely would have turned it off halfway through. Like, I just don't find it that interesting. The camera work is very sloppy.
Yeah, there's parts that definitely test you.
Yeah,
it's weird though, because there's good, you know, there's a couple.
Oh, there's some good
names.
Stuff in there, don't you? Oh, like good. Yeah, there's.
Jamie Foxx and Big Joseph.
Yeah, they're both doing. I don't think any of the actors in this film are doing a bad job at all. I just think what they're given isn't that great.
Yeah.
Like, Machine Gun Kelly's in this, which I had to check with you before I made the note about it because I wasn't sure.
When I saw him, I was like, Machine Gun Kelly.
And then he died.
Even though I'm not really a fan. But...
yeah, when he died, I just want to point this out to everybody. I know little to nothing about Machine Gun Kelly, but I don't like him. I just look at him and correct. I don't like him. So when he died, I was like, yes!
Yeah. And yeah, Machine Gun Kelly. It plays a character called Newt.
Oh god, is that his name?
Yeah. And instead of spitting fire bars, he just shoots it from his hands instead.
What did his entire body sets on fire, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
he's like the Human Torch, but
he's
scared.
A human representation of the flame emoji, which you can use to describe.
I think that was probably the director's notes.
Tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, he dies, and that's great. There's the girl in this who is an aspiring rapper. I mean, it's cringe o'clock. It's very much cringe o'clock.
Yeah, I made a little note.
Oh,
and it's rapping girl equals Robin, just so we can refer to her as a proper name.
Oh, is that the note you made?
One of them.
Her name's Robin.
Yeah, so cool. I don't know. Otherwise, we'd just be saying. Yeah, rapping.
Well, I was just going to say that, mind you, there is his daughter as well. Yeah, there's like lots of moments throughout this film where they try and say to her like, oh, you want to be a rapper? Well, you're going to have to spit some bars for me. And she's like, yo.
It's obligatory freestyle ensues.
Yeah. And Jamie Foxx is like testing her with words to rhyme, and she keeps doing them. He's like, damn. Like,
yeah.
It's very
He
silly.
actually says, damn. Or something along those
I'm pretty
lines.
sure it's a 2-syllable damn. Damn. It's kind of cringe, especially the moment where she kind of daydreams about stepping up to like a school teacher and spitting hot bars on him to demolish him.
Yeah.
It's
the teacher steps to her like,
you want to be a rapper, fool?
What are you going to do with your life?
Yeah.
You're shit. You're trash.
That was the exact line.
Yeah.
You're trash, Brock.
And then in her mind, a freestyle ensues.
But in reality, she's just silent and just leaves the class.
In reality, if she tried that, she would have lost the rap battle to the teacher.
Yeah, he would have out of nowhere kind of come out and just spit even more fire bars. It would have made Machine Gun Kelly jealous.
Yeah, MGK.
I will say in this though, unlike Enola Holmes, the action in this, though it's often framed very weirdly, it's a lot more enjoyable and kind of hard hitting. Like there's a moment where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is like a police officer who uses the drug that they're trying to like, you know, track down and stop to like, you know, like be, you know, superhero police man. And there's a point where there's this great shot where like he gets like shot in the side of the cheek and it's like slow motion. It's all rippling and just that would like a lot of the times the cinematography is just kind of average and a bit dull. But in some of these action sequences, they actually kind of try some really cool stuff that was actually, to the film's credit, quite engaging, I will say.
Yeah. I do want to talk about that whole scene with the invisible man.
Yes.
Robbing. He was robbing a bank, wasn't he?
Yes, he was robbing a bank.
What else are you going to do as an invisible man?
Anything that isn't going in the women's bathroom in the boys.
Yeah. But yeah. So the man is invisible. He's naked. Yes. So it's not like anything he touches is invisible. Also.
Yeah.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, the police officer, who actually is clad in the standard issue uniform of American police officers, which is
it's like a basketball jersey.
An American football jersey. Apparently, he doesn't take it off.
Yeah, he never takes it off
at any point in the film. Pretty much, apart from when he's half naked in someone's house, but
Oh yeah, no, he is. But before he gets to the house, he's still wearing the jersey.
But yeah. That's his uniform, pretty much.
His distinctive look.
But yeah, like this running chase scene. Actually, he wasn't running. The invisible
he was
guy was
running after him, but he was on a bike. The invisible guy was on a bike.
But the main thing I think about is he's carrying these bags the whole time, so it's just like floating bags. And at one point, he gets onto a tram. And
oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, he gets onto a tram, and he just sits down normal, and there's no reaction to anyone on the tram.
Yeah, everybody around is like as if nothing. Just another day.
Yes, floating bags, nice.
And then he tries to open one. It like shoots like all of the. I've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I should know about this. Where they put like a powder in it that like shoots out of it when you try and open it.
Yeah. And then obviously he can now be seen.
Yeah.
Even though there are still floating bags.
Yeah, but yeah, nobody thinks it's that weird on the tram. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and then it just ends in a alleyway.
Yeah, and that's when he gets shot in the face. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah. As much like. See, that is again. It's like there's a few scenes like that are quite enjoyable, but then there's also I just had a lot of problems with like this whole idea of like a drug that gives people superheroes. I appreciate that they wanted to tell a smaller story, but for me it just feels like it wants to tell a smaller story, but also at the end of it they kind of take down the entire drug running cartel. So that feels like, too big of a thing for this smaller scale story. I think I would have preferred it if it was just like kind of like a John Wick thing where like some like gangsters who have things to do with this drug have like kidnapped his daughter because they realize she can be used. She naturally has superpowers, so they can use her for like the drug and like tests and stuff. I think I would have preferred it if it was altogether a smaller scale, because there's a certain point where suddenly you realize you're going into the finale and like you're like, oh okay, and then everything just turns really large scale. It's kind of daunting. Like I feel like it would have been better at more small scale throughout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, because all of a sudden they go to this like
it's a big boat, isn't it?
Like a harbour compound type thing, and then they go onto this boat where
like the drug is being made there, isn't it?
Oh, it's being made, right? Yeah, and it's just like American football jersey man,
Mr. Levitt,
pistol shrimp guy, shrimp man, Jamie Foxx. And...
Oh yeah.
Oh no! They go to because they go to.
He's already kidnapped, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and they go to save his daughter, which he's been trying to do the whole movie.
Yeah. So let's finally get around to, in case anybody is here who hasn't seen Project Power, has no fucking clue what we mean when we keep saying shrimp stuff. Let's talk about the shrimp situation.
Oh yeah, you should probably explain.
Yes, all right.
They explain the powers at the end, don't they, and what they're from.
So the powers are there's a big scene where they're kind of, it's halfway through the film because at first all you need to know is that it's a drug that gives you superpowers, but then halfway through they kind of explain that they're all kind of based around traits of different animals.
Yeah, they try and explain science.
Yes, it's the science of this fake drug. Which I'm pretty sure now that I think about it.
But...
Yes, definitely. But I'm pretty sure at this point, now that I actually think about it, that's probably been thrown in to cover up the fact that this is basically ripping off the Compound V. You know what I mean? They probably had to put this scene in to be like, no, it's different. This is from animals. You know what I mean? I don't know that for sure, but I kind of get that vibe.
I don't think so, because it's such a, like, you know, having a drug that gives you powers is such a, like, it's generic.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it is convenient that this has come out around when the boys have, you know, suddenly taken off in really popular, like, fashion.
Yeah, they might, yeah.
That's just my theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, basically, there's a point where Jamie Foxx's character, Mr. Shrimpman, is tied up, and the main bad guys are like doing the classic, we won't kill you, we'll just keep you here, because what could possibly go wrong?
Did they explain...
No.
No, okay. They didn't explain their secret
I think maybe
evil plan.
There might have been a thing that was like, where they were like, yeah, we're going to use you for the drug again, and it's like, why, you got out like... Whatever. It's dumb. Yeah. Dumb, bad guy, whatever. And yeah, so he's locked in there with one guard, and he's trying to intimidate the guard and be like, yo, you don't know how dangerous I am, you gotta let me out. And he tells this story about this shrimp. He's like, it's underwater, and it's down so deep that you can't even see anything. And what it does is it moves at like it moves at such a ridiculous speed that all of the like water around it like burns up, and it gets to a ridiculous like degree of temperature.
I think the key bit that made it funny to me is that he said, he asks the guy, what do you think my animal is?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you might have thought I would say a great white shark,
or like a tiger,
a nasty grizzly bear.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that, and then he just goes into that explanation.
Yeah, but at first, I remember, the reason it's so funny is because the first thing he says is like, no, shrimp.
I'm a shrimp, baby.
I'm a shrimp. And the funny thing is that without even explaining that he means like a deadly shrimp, like this really, you know, like incredible animal that can cause such destruction, the guy still looks at him like, ooh, like he's scared. He thought he was going to turn into like a delicious entree and he'd be forced to eat him, like, oh no. But yeah, and then so the big finale of the film, they're all surrounded and they're trying to escape, and Jamie Foxx and everybody's like, Jamie Foxx, your power's it's too dangerous, you can't take that pill. And he's like, but I gotta save you guys, I've got my daughter back and I'm immediately gonna sacrifice myself for her. And then he takes the pill, and we have this moment where it's just Jamie Foxx on the main bit of the ship just going, oh! And like
he's just screaming for like 3 minutes. He's just
screaming, and everything sets on fire, but not the characters right next to him who are the good guys. And I'm like, how can he control that? Because didn't they mention the whole point that he shouldn't have taken the drug is that he's too dangerous, didn't he? Wasn't there something about how he accidentally killed his wife or something? I don't remember. There was something about how he accidentally hurt someone he loved.
Yeah, because apparently what this pistol shrimp does, like the energy that it creates, like the reaction or whatever,
it like burns everything around.
Yeah, but it's supposedly the same temperature as the surface of the sun.
Yes, they do say that, or if not hotter, I think. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So you'd expect everything would just be vaporized,
like even the
whole ship.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I remember you pointing that out, yeah. That is dumb. And then they have the big thing where they reveal that his daughter's power is to like heal the injured. So she heals Jamie Foxx, and then as Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like taking them away in like a submarine, he's like, oh, by the way, I got shot, do you mind just... And she's like, oh, sure. And she heals him too, and it's a big throwaway. And then, you know, classic, we're going to set up a sequel that will probably never happen. And that's the film. So
because the deal with the Jamie Foxx's daughter in it is she was the first naturally born.
Yes, that's it. She was born with the powers, yeah.
Yeah,
like unintentionally, yeah.
Yeah. But Jamie Foxx, he was a soldier, wasn't he? And he was tested on with this like an early iteration of this drug.
And
then his daughter got kidnapped from him, basically. To have tests done or whatever. Yeah.
And she was like naturally born. But like, there's the hint of it. I remember like she walks past some like dead plant and it comes back to life. And I remember saying to you at the time, I was like, he's gonna sacrifice himself and they're gonna do a death fake out, and I remember you were like, I don't know, and then I remember it happened, and I've never been more excited in my life. I think I jumped up and was like, I fucking told you. But yeah, so yeah, that's Project Power. You know, to be honest, as we've been talking about it, I have kind of realized that there are actually more things I remember about it that are actually kind of... Like, that Invisible Man chase is actually really fun. And it's actually filmed. Yeah. There's, like, a few interesting, like, GoPro shots they use as well, but it doesn't feel, like, cheesy. Like, it kind of adds to, like, the frantic nature of the chase. Yeah. I will say, it is dumb. And unlike Enola Holmes, where you can, you know, if you want to switch your brain off, you can. I feel like in this, it's a lot harder to switch your brain off. But I will say, watching it with friends and just making fun of it, I think it's a good time. But don't watch it by yourself, especially if you, like me, like really care about film, because you'll just get annoyed.
Yeah, but I've said this before, but I feel like watching any film with like you and like Brad and Chris or our other friends, like even if it's dog shit, it's enjoyable because...
Well, yeah, that's just because you can just shit on the thing the whole time.
Yeah, but yeah.
So I mean,
it was alright.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to come at this as like an objective. Like, I don't want to give like a film a good... Like, I don't want to recommend it to anyone listening to this and then they go watch it by themselves. Like, I want to have that thing of like, the enjoyment I did get out of it was because friends were there. Like, I probably would have hated Project Power if I watched it by myself. I probably wouldn't have even finished it. I probably would have seen the Invisible Man chase and gone, that's quite fun. And then, you know, just given up, because everything after that, for me at least, is... Yeah, so... Again, if I had to rate this film based on a rating system we haven't made yet, so I'll just give you a phrase, I would say, shit, but with friends, not shit, question mark?
You know, I'm actually just going to say numbers.
Oh, go on then, be boring. Be boring. Boo.
Actually, no.
Yeah, go on, give us a phrase.
A strong 6 to a light 7.
Oh.
Nah, 6 actually. middle 6, because there's nothing really interesting.
No.
There's a surprise, quote in quotes, celebrity appearance, but also you've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he's great.
Who I like. So.
Oh, I love him. Yeah, he's great.
And you know, Jamie Foxx is cool as well.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, he's doing a good job. I just think the script, as I said before, is, you know, kind of trash. But so yeah, that's if you haven't seen it, maybe get drunk with friends and watch it, because what else are you gonna do? There's a pandemic. And speaking of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, our last film that we want to talk about, he's also in The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yay!
What a great film! Oh my god! It's just, I know you think the same as me, but it's fantastic.
It's really good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Tension, drama.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the best courtroom dramas I've ever seen in my life. I feel like courtroom dramas, I think I said to you while we were watching it, is like, it's kind of my guilty pleasure. Like, it's one of those things I don't watch a lot of, but when I do see a courtroom drama, even if it's not that great, I just love that setting for a film, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what was that series that you mentioned, the British one on Netflix, where it's just in a interrogation room?
Criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Criminal's a bit different from this because it's interrogations, but the tension, I feel like, just anything to do with the justice system in terms of like trying to interview suspects or, like courtroom stuff, I just love all of that. So, but I know that my bias aside to these kinds of films, you also agree with me that it's just fantastic.
Yeah, man.
And I think I can tell you why, because it is written and directed by legendary screenwriter Aaron Sorkin, who I know you. I know you don't know, but I'm just going to give you a quick IMDb that's going to make you very happy. So he wrote The Social Network, which I believe he won his Oscar for. I think he won an Oscar for a film, and I think it was Social Network.
Yeah, that's very good.
If it's not, I don't care. It's a great film. He also did Molly's Game, which I don't think you've seen, but it's also really good. Mm-hmm. And the number one film that's going to make you go, oh, fuck yeah, He wrote Moneyball. Yes.
Brad
we are
Pitt
yes,
and
we are
Fat
probably
Man.
going to do an entire episode on just Moneyball, guys, because woo! We watched it recently, it's fucking sick. But that's neither here nor there. This is only his second directorial debut. Not directorial debut, sorry. Only the second film that he's directed. The first one was Molly's Game, back in 2017, and this is his second that he's written and directed. I think this is better than Molly's Game, to be honest, but not that Molly's Game is that bad. But yeah, the cast. Woo! We have Eddie Redmayne, Sacha. I always say his name. Is it Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yeah.
That's his name. I always end up saying something wrong. But yeah, we have Eddie Redmayne, Sacha Baron Cohen. We have Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We have Michael Keaton. Whoever the guy is that plays the judge is also an actor who I should remember his name, but he's great. Everyone across the board is fan-fucking-tastic in this film.
Frank Langella or Langella?
Yes, Langella. No, Langella, I think. I don't know. But, yeah, it's just... I'll let you talk for a bit, because fuck me, it's great.
It's good.
No worries. But yeah, no, so... I think we don't have as much to say about this film because there's less to make fun of and just more to just appreciate.
Yeah, there's nothing to
there's no real because
really.
what are we gonna joke about? What are we gonna like? this when the justice system was fucking rigged. It's like no, it's you get pissed off because it's rigged against the good guys, and that's the whole point of it. It feels very much like Moneyball, where it's a film about the system being rigged against you, even if no matter how good your intentions are of doing something right, ultimately the system just tries to crush you, and like Moneyball, it almost does, but we don't know a lot about the true story because neither of us are big history buffs.
And we're also young guys.
We are also young, cool, and hip guys.
We weren't alive in 1969.
I mean, you weren't, but
Oh.
I was knocking about in my previous life. No. So
One
yeah.
One thing I do want to say.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Is thinking about it. Seeing as there's 7 people on trial,
Yes.
I think all of them, like all of the characters, they're not neglected at all.
No, yeah, you get a lot of.
You get like parts and bits with each character. So yeah, not
like it's like, and they're all told in really interesting ways. Like the way the film starts, I think we talked about this. I love the opening to this film where like it. I'm pretty sure from what I remember, it opens with a lot of like real stock footage about the kind of tensions going into the whole Chicago situation and about the war and the Vietnam War, I should say, for anyone who for some don't right. I know I said before that we're spoiling films and that who cares on Netflix, but seriously, don't let us spoil this one. I know it's based on a true story, but go see it. Don't go see it, just watch it. It's great. But yeah, no, and then we cut, like, it's kind of in, like, an aspect ratio that kind of resembles, like, old film, and then bang, we're, like, thrown into this really fast-paced, jumping back and forth introduction of all the characters, and we get their motivations for why they're going to this Chicago protest and all this, and, like, we kind of get little character beats that are going to be explored further on, and it's just great. Like, it's fun, it's engaging, and the whole film just keeps that pace. Like, it's great.
That is probably the reason why I feel that way, just because of the opening.
Yeah, it really draws you in, doesn't it?
I think you spend about like 2 minutes with each group of people, and it's funny because you have these seven people who are
all completely different.
Yeah, but they're also broadly, they're fighting for the same thing.
Well, yeah.
Because we haven't actually said like what it's about.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like, that. I mean, we didn't know what it was about, and that didn't really matter. Like, it didn't detract from the film.
It's kind of like drafting and Vietnam War based. It's basically, that's it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, everything's explained in that opening. Like, everything you need.
Yeah.
To get the situation going on. But yeah, no. So I did have one thing I wanted to talk to you about where What did you think about the ending of the film? Because we've watched quite a few, very recently, we've watched quite a few films based on real events, and like Moneyball, for example. And I think one of the problems we have with films based on, like, well, just biopics, let's say. One of the problems we have is that because, obviously, life isn't like a film, life isn't as exciting as films, generally speaking. And they don't have the the ups and downs, and the way narrative works isn't the way life works, is what I'm trying to say. And the problem that it can have when you do like a great biopic is that everything leading up to the ending can be incredible. Like, you can take liberties, but the ending has to be what happened. And a lot of times, and this happens with both Moneyball and Trial of Chicago 7, you just kind of have a really satisfying kind of ending that leaves something open, but then just text that kind of explains what happens, and it feels like it falls a bit flat, but also that didn't detract from the film, I think, for me. It just kind of felt a bit annoying to be like, oh, we're still doing this cliche. But then again, I don't have any other better way to do it, so I'm complaining but not giving solutions.
I remember feeling the same about the ending, but I did watch the ending again. Where he starts
listing off all the names.
Yeah, they
so
basically
powerful.
win
They
the
like
case.
they lose the case in terms of, like, they end up going to prison, but they win the case in terms of the public perception of it.
They
get
win
the moral
moral
victory. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And it's kind of I quite like it now, like looking back at it, because Eddie Redmayne's character, he was the most like conformist all the way through.
Yeah,
and
it is
it's
a
kind
nice
of at the
turnaround.
end he's like standing up.
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed the whole, like, the judge that's been an asshole the whole film, like, going like, hey, you've been the best guy, even when none of them stood for the judge, you still did. I'm gonna let you have this final statement if you promise to make it, like, short and not talk politically. And Eddie Redmayne's like, oh, okay, and then he just lists off all the soldiers throughout. That is such a feel good moment where everybody, like, stands. Even Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like, stands. Who's the opposing lawyer? Who's, like, been the one that's doomed them pretty much. But it's so powerful. It's so powerful.
And that mixed with at the end where you've got Sacha Baron Cohen's hippie character, and all the way through he's been, this jokey guy, not taking anything seriously.
Yeah, and kind of shit talking. He's always kind of spurring on fucking Eddie Redmayne's character. He's always kind of clashing with him the whole way through.
Yeah, but at the end, we kind of realize, or we basically realize that he's not. He's fuck.
I know what you're trying to say. Like, there's a moment where, like, they kind of have a mutual understanding where he realizes that Sacha Baron Cohen's, like, read all of his books and, like, all of his studies, and they actually kind of are more alike than Eddie Redmayne realizes.
Yeah, they're alike, but they tackle it.
They come about it in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not actually this stupid, like, jokey hippie guy. He's actually, like, very clever, and he takes the stand at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eddie Redmayne's big enough to realize that there's incriminating evidence against him, so that would just absolutely destroy him if he went on the stand, and he's big enough to realize that Sacha Baron Cohen is actually the better person to be on the stand. And it's this really great moment. That's another thing I want to just quickly talk about, is that fucking scene where Eddie Redmayne, they put him, in air quotes, put him on the stand, because he wants to be on. So his lawyers are like, well, come on then, let's see what would happen. Yeah. And that's like how we find out what happened to them in the riots, the main reason that they're at fault. Not at fault, but, like, the reason that there's a case against them.
Yeah,
it's so, like,
his shit, basically.
His monologue, it's incredible. I know it's not really a monologue because the lawyer is, like, kind of leading the conversation, but Eddie Redmayne is fantastic in that scene. He's incredible. I was really bought in.
I remember, I don't know if I'm remembering incorrectly, but I thought you said at the start, when we started watching the film, that you didn't like Eddie Redmayne that much.
Yeah, I was kind of joking and saying that, like, I hate him in Les Mis. And it's nothing against him. I don't actually like the film of Les Mis that much. But he kind of annoys me in that film. And it's nothing about him. It's just that character pisses me off. So I was joking about it. I've never thought he's a bad actor at all. Like, I just think he's in a lot of kind of middling stuff. I haven't seen The Theory of Everything. I'm going to now. But I've seen like the Fantastic Beasts films, which are, the first one's okay. Second one is dog shit. But yeah, he is just... Any kind of seriousness that would have been behind that joke is completely gone. He is blew me out of the fucking water. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible performance.
I don't think anyone is bad.
Yeah,
no one's bad in this film.
Yeah, everyone's great. Even down to the smallest role, they're really great. Like, there's so many moments that just hit so hard, and you're not even thinking. It's not even like you can't even argue that. Well, it's because it's based on a real thing. Because one, neither me or you know about what actually happened in the courtroom, and two, like, this would be so powerful that, like, the moment where I feel so bad forgetting the character's name, but the Black Panther guy, not the superhero, Bobby Seale, yes, I wish he had more lines. I know the whole point is that he keeps getting shut down, but he's incredible in the film. Like, he's actually one of the best actors in the whole film. I mean, as we said, everyone's great, but he's great. And there's that scene where they like gag him and then bring him back in. It's so the entire courtroom goes quiet and you fucking feel it. Like, it's horrible. Like, oh man.
Yeah, because you've got the judge,
who's just
Hoffman.
like, I warned him.
Yeah, and it's kind of battling with because he's an old guy. He might be slightly racist, and
even though he says it's the first time, he's like, this is the first time anyone's ever tried to suggest that I'm racist. It's like, I bet
in my own courthouse. Blah, blah,
and
blah,
it's like,
blah.
I bet I'm getting that vibe off you dick.
Yeah,
but no, even like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, even like the opposition are like, you fucking gagged a man, like, and he's and even on top of that, you gagged like a black man and let all the white people who were doing who were being just as disruptive. Just be.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't realise what you're doing.
It does properly build though as well, because in basically the first proper scene of like in the courthouse, from the start there's conflict, and it just builds and builds and builds to that.
And
where,
when like,
I don't know,
sorry, go on.
I don't know, just where it comes to that point where he's wheeled in, bound and gagged, and you can feel the atmosphere in the courtroom.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that's the thing that, like, I think the bit before that, like, when he's like, "Yo, take him into this room and deal with him," and that silence that falls over, and you just see like Joseph Gordon-Levitt like twitching, and everyone in the audience just so, and the judge is so like, well, there's nothing wrong here.
You can like hear scufflings in the background.
But no dialogue. Like, so
that's kind of where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, he
like turns around a little bit,
changes. Because there's don't the lawyers, they all go to the judge and have like a private conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, well, like, he comes up, and even Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, do you not realise what you've just done? This is awful.
Yep.
And he's the one trying to defeat them all, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought we wouldn't have, we didn't have, funny things to say about this, but
it's annoying because it's just good. Like,
it's so really good. Yeah, I'm sorry if this last one wasn't was kind of dicking around and making poop jokes, but it's an incredible film. Just watch it. Like, it's incredible. So if I had to give this a rating, you know what? I'm not gonna use it's not worth using a silly phrase. This is, for me, it's a 10 out of 10. I really think everything works, everything hits. Like, you go through the ups and the downs. You feel like you're in there. You feel like you're with them. Like, it's just one of. I think, you know what? No, it is the best courtroom drama I've ever seen. I will happily say that.
It's really good as well. It's a Netflix film.
Yeah,
and they've got all these huge people, and it's really good.
You would think because they're in like a ridiculous amount of debt, like in the billions, you'd think they wouldn't be able to get him, but they can.
Oh yeah, they are in huge amounts of debt, aren't they?
Netflix's plan to like get out of debt is like, we'll just keep digging this hole until the people who are trying to collect the debt from us can't see us anymore.
Yeah, because with Netflix, by this point, everyone has got it, and it's just like a paycheck.
Everyone who's gonna get it has got it. You know?
It's like a paycheck every month. It's not like you're going to invest in some kind of new thing.
The only way they could make this back would maybe be through advertising, but I don't see them doing that. Like, they could try, but I feel like a lot of people would call bullshit.
Oh, shit. As of the end of March, Netflix reported $14.7 billion in debt.
Fucking Christ! That's ridiculous. Oh my god. So don't invest in Netflix, guys. don't invest in Netflix.
Although
no.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, we're getting off topic. We're as we're winding down. Yeah. Sorry. What would you say? I mean, I know you probably just say 10 out of 10 as well. But yeah, what are you giving the film?
I'll give it a fucking 6 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna say 6. I was gonna slap you.
6.
Nice. I give
good.
It. You know.
It's not good. A number
that is high.
Not 9.
9 out of 10.
Because I don't want to give anything a 10. Just.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, I ain't.
It's unattainable.
Bro, I'm giving it 10 out of 10. I don't give a shit.
No, yeah. I respect that. I respect it.
Mainly because maybe at some point I will figure out our actual rating system. So this might be the only 10 out of 10 I give.
Yeah.
And why not? This film deserves it. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. This went longer than we thought. We're looking to do on average about hour-long shows, maybe less. But we just had so much to say about more than we thought we would have to say about Trial of Chicago 7, which I don't know how I didn't predict that because it's great. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks for listening. Next week, something we'll talk about something. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. This has been Talkin Shit.
Talkin
Shit. And if you're interested in the kind of things and opinions that we have, maybe go check out my YouTube channel, Let's Talk About Some Shit, where there's nothing on there yet. But yeah, no, I'm working on a analysis of Umbrella Academy, which I highly recommend you check out if you just really like going really in depth about film and TV, because I go in there. I love that show.
Right in there.
I go right in there.
All the way.
All the way, baby. And and also we're going to be doing videos with me and Joe where we do more about this, but kind of shortened, where we talk about films. That's going to be a lot more heavily based on comedy, whereas this is just our general thoughts and musings. Very relaxed.
It's just chill.
Chill here. We'll be a bit more on our game on the channel, let's say. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you around, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.